Welcome to the Veterans Day podcast. I'm your host, Jevon Hollis. I am an Air Force veteran, and I created this podcast so that you, the listener, could get a small insight of what it means to serve in the United States military. Now, this podcast is for veterans, by veterans. I'm a veteran, and I made this for men and women like myself. When men and women like myself who have served their country, volunteered to serve their country, and they have a story to tell, I want to allow them to get their stories heard. Because what I've experienced myself since being out of the military, I've realized that there is no platform for us to speak about the things that we went through, the things that we've experienced inside the military and outside of the military. But I know that all of us have made an attempt to try to explain it. And at the end of the day, we found out that there's nothing to explain. We just want to be heard. It's okay that you don't get us because you didn't do the time. It's okay that you don't understand us because you haven't been to the places that we've been. It's okay if you never get it. But it has to be told because we know what we've been through. We know the places we've gone. We know the training that we received. And we just want to be heard. I just want to be heard. So I'm going to start off with myself. Jevon Hollis. I have a DD-214. Now, only those who have served in the military have a DD-214. A DD-214, by definition, is a military service record that summarizes a service member's active military service. Now, I'm going to read my DD-214 just to give you an insight on what I did. It goes as followed. Jevon Hollis. Department, Component and Branch, Air Force. Rank, Staff Sergeant. Pay grade, E5. Place of entry into active duty, Troy, Michigan. Home of record at time of entry, Detroit, Michigan. Last duty assignment and major command, 402 Intelligence Squadron. Station where separated, Randolph, Texas. Command to which transferred, USAFR. Primary specialty. This is what my job was. Classified as a 3F 571 administration, 7 years, 8 months. My record of service, 2010, May 4th. Separation date this period, 2018, March 3rd. Net active service this period, 7 years, 10 months. Foreign service, 3 years, 11 months, 24 days. Initial entry training, that's basic training, 2010, May 4th. Effective date of pay grade, 2015, March 1st. That was the day I was promoted to Staff Sergeant, E5. My decorations, medals, badges, citations, campaign ribbons, awarded or authorized. Block 13. Air Force Achievement Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster. Meritorious Unit Award with 1 oak leaf cluster. Air Force Organizational Excellence Award. Air Force Good Conduct Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster. National Defense Service Medal. Global War on Terrorism. Expeditionary Medal. Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. Air Force Longevity Service. USAF NCO PME Graduate Ribbon. Military Education. Air Force Basic Military Training, July 2010. IT Fundamentals Basic, July 2010. Knowledge Operations Management, September 2010. USAF Honor Guard Protocol, Honors and Ceremonies, October 2012. Airman Leadership School Residence, October 2014. SEJPME Non-Residence, October 2017. Now, as we go down, you got Block 15. It's commissioned through Service Academy, which I was not. And at the end of this, we also have, remarks. Member has completed first full term of service. Extension for service was at the request and for the convenience of the government. Now, for those listening that have not served at all, I know you're trying to understand, what does any of that mean? Well, that's just a snapshot of my job duty, my job classification, the training I've received, the dates of my training, my rank and my pay grade, and my time of service. Now, this is important because when you get out, when you separate from the military, the majority of us don't do similar work. We go off into a whole nother field. Some of us would like to even forget our times in the military. Some of us don't want anything to do with what happened in the military. Some of us still go out on Veterans Day and we want free food. Some of us miss the lifestyle. Some of us miss the travel. Some of us miss the war. Some of us miss the camaraderie. Hey, some of us, a lot of us even miss the money and the opportunity. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong way to feel once you separate from the military, knowing what you experienced. But I'm going to use me for an example. What did it say my last duty station was? If you recall, 402 Intelligence Squadron. Now, what was I up to? What was I doing? You know, everybody doesn't make it to an intel squadron. Oh, of course, unless your career field is intel. But mine wasn't. I was an administrator. You got administrators everywhere. Corporate jobs, Google, Ford, Chrysler, Twitter, Instagram. Every business has an administrator. Car dealership, boat dealership, Starbucks, corporate office probably. Malls got administrators. Target got administrator. Walmart. You name it, they have an administrator. Administrator is somebody who keeps the records. Somebody has to keep the paperwork in order. You call me a paper pusher. Cool. But what was I pushing on those papers? What documents have my eyes laid on that yours hasn't? What have I read? What have I came in contact with that only my eyes were authorized to see? You know how I know this was an important job? Because they had to do a background check. Extreme background check. See, once you sign up for the military, everybody gets a secret level background check. Just a secret. Make sure you don't have any felonies. Misdemeanors, if you got a couple slap on the wrist, okay, we'll get you a waiver. That's just basic to get in the door, because the military is about to open your mind to things that you've never seen. You'll never have access to, because they have it locked. Even the internet won't give you what we know. And then once you get in, you can elevate higher. You can get top secret. That was me. Before I can get to an intel squadron, I had to get a top secret clearance. Now, this background check went back almost 10 years. They sent an FBI agent or a 3-letter agent to all of your close friends and family members' houses, and they asked them questions about you. What were you like? Did you do drugs? What was your character like? Tell me. Tell me something about them that I need to know, because they're getting ready to have access to a whole lot of information, and we have to trust that they won't give this information out. But good for you. Good news for you. I'm out. I'm out. And I can tell you all about it. Nothing's going to happen to me. I promise you nothing will. But I have to start by prefacing this. Everything that I'm going to share about my military career was at the time completely confidential. But I owe nothing to the military because I don't serve anymore. The only person I owe is myself. And yes, the things I may tell you will open your eyes and make you view your country and view life even in certain ways that maybe you haven't before. But I will like to start by saying this, and I want to encourage my fellow veterans that choose to come on my podcast and speak. I want you to be brave. I want you to tell me the truth, all of the truth. I'm opening the door for you to do it because I want you heard, because I get you and nobody else will, because I'm hoping you get me once I tell you the things that I'm getting ready to tell you. So, I want those that are listening to my podcast, I want those that are seeing this to understand that volunteering to serve for my country is one of the bravest things that I could ever do. But one of the hardest things that I could do was survive. So I'm sharing my story for those that didn't survive, for the ones that didn't make it out. This is for you. You didn't get a chance to come back and take the uniform off and give it a shot as a civilian. You didn't get a chance to deal with your family on the outside and try to catch up on all those lost times and those lost memories and those lost moments. You didn't get a chance to see if it was all worth it. because the service that you volunteered for took you away from your family, took you away from your friends, took you away from your children, took you away from everything you've ever known, and you never got a chance to go get it back. So my story is for you. My story is for you. I'm going to really enjoy speaking about this because I have so much to say. And I'm not going to try to squeeze it in. I'm not trying to force it all into 1 hour. This is going to be a continuation. And this is even going to be healthy for me to get these thoughts and feelings out. Because for the men and women that are looking to join, maybe if they hear the voice of a veteran, it'll help them pick their decision. I won't try to stop, or I won't try to push anyone for the military or against it. But I will tell you that if you feel the call for whatever reason, whatever it is that you're going through, at that time in your life where you feel like you need to serve, answer the call. But before you answer the call me. And I'm going to tell you the real. I'm going to tell you the real. Now, what you do with that information is completely up to you. It's completely up to you. But I'm praying that this podcast makes a global impact. And not only will I be able to speak to members of other branches of the military, Navy, Marines, Army, National Guard, Coast Guard, but other military services in other countries. And then, even to our civilian veterans, our police force, our firefighters, our local heroes. I wanted to reach everyone because everyone has a story about what they've been through, what they've earned, what they fought against, what they suffered through. Everybody has that. We have these local heroes every day that get zero recognition. So I'm here for you. I'm here for you, all of you. I'm even here for the spouses and the children and the families of military members. As far as I'm concerned, you're veterans too. And you need to be heard. But for now, I'm going to start with me.